Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Adam Pearce mocks Randy Orton after he suffers career-threatening injury on WWE SmackDown. WWE Raw General Manager Adam Pearce recently took to social media to mock Randy Orton after he suffered a horrific injury on the latest edition of Friday Night SmackDown. The Viper was attacked by Kevin Owens on the Blue brand. Since Cody Rhodes agreed to team up with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood 2024, Kevin Owens has been at odds with the American Nightmare and Randy Orton, who took his former Legacy teammate's side. After Owens and Orton had a brawl at the Crown Jewel 2024 Premium Live event, things got worse between them on this week's SmackDown. During the show, Keo brutally attacked the Viper, hitting him with a horrifying piledriver. WWE later revealed that the Apex Predator had suffered an injury following the scary move. Adam Pearce has now taken to X/Twitter to react to Randy Orton's injury. The WWE Raw General Manager posted a photo of himself delivering a piledriver in a match, seemingly mocking the Legend Killer's injury. Adam Pearce might have taken a shot at Randy Orton's injury with this post, as the latter had hit the Raw General Manager with an RKO during his brawl with Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel 2024. During a recent edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Bill Apter said that he was impressed with Triple A's booking of Randy Orton and Kevin Owens' segment on WWE SmackDown. Apter also mentioned that everyone's reaction made Orton's injury seem legit even if it was part of a storyline. Triple H is an old-school guy in a new-school world. They did this so well when you looked and saw the worry on people's faces. Not just the fans, but Charles Robinson, the referee, and so many other ones there. There was no shtick. They didn't have Kevin Owens come out and attack him in the ambulance and all that. It was almost like, this guy is really hurt. Randy was out for such a long time, Joe, with his injuries. This could be is this the end of Randy Orton's career? Apter wondered. The WWE Universe was recently rocked when Randy Orton, one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history, suffered a potentially career-ending injury on SmackDown. The injury occurred during a brutal encounter, leaving Orton lying in the middle of the ring, writhing in pain. With fans worried about the Viper's future, Adam Pearce, WWE's official figurehead, did something nobody expected. Instead of showing concern or offering support, Pearce chose to mock Orton, adding insult to an already painful injury. The unexpected taunt sent shockwaves through the WWE fanbase and ignited a fresh storyline that might become one of WWE's most personal and heated rivalries. To understand why Pearce's actions struck such a nerve, it's essential to look at the relationship between him and Orton. For years, Adam Pearce has acted as an authority figure in WWE, enforcing rules, making matches, and attempting to keep the order in a roster filled with egos and rivalries. But Orton, known for his rebellious streak, never respected Pearce's authority. Often, Orton would ignore Pearce's directives, mock his decisions, and undermine his authority in front of the WWE Universe. Their interactions grew increasingly hostile over time, and the tension between them was palpable. Orton's refusal to bend to Pearce's rules created an environment of disdain between the two. Pearce, known for his professionalism, would always keep a tight lid on his emotions, attempting to maintain control over Orton's unpredictable behavior. But many believed that Pearce held a deep-seated resentment toward the Viper, one he hadn't yet unleashed until now. The fateful injury happened during a heated tag team match on SmackDown. Orton, in his typical form, was going all out, delivering his signature moves with precision. However, when he attempted an RKO on his opponent, his landing went awry. Orton immediately clutched his shoulder, his face contorted in pain as he fell to the mat. The referee quickly signaled for medical assistance as Orton's partner and opponent stood by, stunned by the severity of the moment. WWE medics rushed to the ring and surrounded Orton, assessing his injury. As the medics escorted him backstage, the crowd was in shock, fearing the worst for the legendary wrestler. WWE fans took to social media, pouring out heartfelt messages and expressing their hopes for a speedy recovery, praying that this would not be the end of the Viper's storied career. While most of the WWE Universe and wrestlers were sympathetic and concerned for Orton's well-being, Adam Pearce did something that no one anticipated. Instead of showing sympathy or even remaining silent, he went on SmackDown the following week and publicly mocked Orton. The crowd was stunned as Pearce appeared on the Titantron, wearing a smug smile. "I think we just witnessed the end of an era," Pearce began with a smirk. "Randy Orton, the so-called Viper, has finally been tamed by his own recklessness." Pearce went on to ridicule Orton's career, calling him an old dog who should have known when to hang up his boots. The crowd erupted in boos, shocked at Pearce's callousness. He continued, saying, "Maybe now the WWE can finally move forward without Randy's endless RKO gimmick. We don't need legends who are living in the past. We need superstars who can respect authority and contribute to a new WWE." Pearce's cold dismissal of Orton's injury came across as more than just mockery. It was a thinly veiled expression of his pent-up bitterness, and the WWE Universe saw it. Pearce's shocking promo didn't stop there. He recalled instances where Orton would undermine him, saying, "I guess karma really is a viper's bite. Randy, maybe if you had focused on respecting the authority around here, you wouldn't be sitting at home watching the action pass you by." The WWE Universe was quick to voice their anger. Fans on social media criticized Pearce's disrespect toward a legend who had given nearly 2 decades to the business. Many couldn't believe that a WWE official would openly insult a wrestler after an injury, especially someone of Orton's caliber. In response, #RespectOrton began trending on Twitter as fans rallied behind the Viper, demanding an apology from Pearce. Other WWE superstars were also taken aback by Pearce's comments. Some, like Edge and Rey Mysterio, expressed disappointment, posting tributes to Orton and celebrating his contributions to WWE. Even superstars who had feuded with Orton in the past acknowledged his legacy, condemning Pearce for his lack of empathy. The backlash seemed to impact Pearce slightly, but rather than back down, he responded by doubling down on his statements. In a backstage interview, he claimed, "Orton has never shown respect for the rules or for me, so why should I show respect to him? He's had his time in the sun. Now it's time for a new era." With Pearce drawing a definitive line, speculation grew over Orton's response. Would Orton recover and make a comeback to confront Pearce, or was this truly the end of his career? WWE commentators and analysts speculated that if Orton were to return, his vengeance on Pearce would be relentless. But until then, fans were left wondering if Pearce's remarks would go unpunished. Several backstage sources hinted at WWE potentially setting up a storyline between Pearce and Orton, assuming Orton could recover. The idea of an authority figure feuding with a superstar isn't new in WWE. However, this angle felt different. The intensity of Pearce's disdain, combined with Orton's legendary status, had the potential to make this feud one of the most personal and emotionally charged storylines in WWE history. Many fans and insiders began to analyze Pearce's true motivations behind the mocking promo. Was this Pearce simply venting his frustrations, or was it part of a larger power play to cement his position in WWE? Some WWE analysts believe that Pearce had long felt undermined by Orton's disrespect, and that his actions were an attempt to assert authority over the roster. Pearce has always had a challenging role, managing larger-than-life personalities while keeping the roster in line. For Pearce, Orton represented everything he found challenging in the role, a star who, despite his talent, didn't think twice about challenging authority. By taking this shot at Orton, Pearce might be trying to establish a new order, one that demands respect for WWE officials. But others argue that his actions have done the opposite, painting him as a petty figure willing to kick a man when he's down. The WWE Universe is buzzing with anticipation, wondering how this storyline will evolve. Orton's injury could keep him out of action for some time, but if he recovers, there's no doubt he'll be gunning for Pearce. Fans are already speculating about what could happen if Orton returns, imagining everything from a heated confrontation to a high-stakes match between the Viper and Pearce's chosen allies. If Orton does make his comeback, his rivalry with Pearce promises to be one for the ages. Pearce's scathing promo may have been the spark that reignites the Viper's fire, pushing him to come back stronger and more determined than ever. In the meantime, Adam Pearce continues to carry himself as if he's done nothing wrong. But deep down, he knows that if Orton returns, he will have to answer for his words. And in the WWE, when you cross a Viper, the consequences can be deadly. Whether Orton returns or not, Pearce's mocking promo has already left a mark on WWE history. Fans will remember this moment, not just for the insult it represented, but for the questions it raised about respect, authority, and the cost of pride in WWE.